What's going on, everybody? Josh Pocock here, and in today's video we're going to be looking at a new tool that just dropped, made by the same creator as Claude Engineer as well as Omni Engineer, and this tool is called O1 Engineer. We're going to show you how to set it up, use it, and see what it's really made of. Let's dive right into it. All right, guys, so I saw this tweet 2 days ago from Pietro, the founder, basically tweeting out that O1 is dropping tomorrow, which was yesterday. And I mentioned in my video yesterday I would be doing a video on this tool. So basically you can see the tweet right here. O1 Engineer is here. So a coding assistant built from the ground up to leverage O1 reasoning capabilities. So that's pretty cool for the claim. It can create and edit multiple files or entire folders, plan complex projects, execute them, and write code reviews, all from your terminal. You can chat regularly or execute commands, and then it goes over some of the commands here. We'll go over that in just a second. Link to the GitHub repo. This thread as well as the repo will be linked down below, of course. Fun fact about building this, the first functionality I built was /edit, so I used the script itself to keep refining it and understand what sort of instructions work better with O1. So far, the biggest performance improvement is the editing and creation of large files. I was able to create or to edit 2,000 lines of Python in one shot with no errors. Pretty impressive. In order to assure the best results while editing, the script employs an agentic approach where an instance of O1 Mini provides edit instructions which a second one applies. The paradigm I created with Omni Engineer, so I brought it back here since it works really well with O1. And if you haven't seen Claude Engineer or Omni Engineer, I'll leave links down below to some videos where I covered that if you want to check that out. O1 Engineer, as you can see here, is an Omni Engineer and Claude Engineer, all made by Pietro. And yeah, you can check these projects out. Omni Engineer, I really like that one. So let's see how O1 Engineer stands up to everything. I'm actually very excited to use this because it's going to be a little bit different, of course, with O1. We've done a lot of videos with AI tools leveraging O1 capabilities. So this one is built specifically for that in mind. Obviously, there's a few downsides with O1, meaning it's going to take a little bit longer with reasoning and it's a lot more costly. But, you know, that's what you get when you're, leveraging these new models with reasoning, which is fine. So there's a trade-off. Anyways, updated features. So enhanced file and folder management. The add and edit command now supports adding and modifying both files and folders, providing greater flexibility in managing your project structure. And project planning, which is one of the new features, introducing planning /planning command, which allows users to create comprehensive project plans that can be used to generate files and directories systematically. And then advanced workflows. So new examples demonstrate how to integrate planning and creation commands for effective project setups. So features, automated code generation, file management, interactive console, conversation history, code review, enhanced file and folder management, project planning. So how the script works, initializing. I'm not going to read through this whole thing, but you can check it out. Handling user commands. So listens for commands, and then process files and folders, modifications, project planning, AI generated instructions, applying changes, and manage conversation history and added files. So pretty standard in those regards. So installation, of course, you're going to need the prerequisites such as Python, and you're going to need your OpenAI API keys. You can go here to figure that out if you don't know how. Then we're simply just going to clone this repo. So you're going to go to your terminal where you want to clone it. Okay, you'll see I actually already did so right here. So git clone and then the repo URL. And then once you clone it, you are going to want to cd, so change directory into O1 Engineer. And then you're going to pip install -r requirements.txt to install the requirements. And then I just did cursor dot. You could do cursor dot or code dot, depending on what you want to use, to open it up in code editor. Okay, so the commands are right here, pretty standard. Next thing is we're going to want to configure our OpenAI API key. Okay, so I'm in Omni Engineer directory right here, and you're going to want to go to the Python file. You'll see right here it says client equals OpenAI, and then API key equals, and then your client or your key. So you're going to change this to your key and then save. Also, one thing I forgot to mention just as I'm editing this video, OpenAI now allows you to use O1 and O1 Mini, O1 Preview and O1 Mini, even if you're not on tier 5. I don't know if that's for everyone, but check it out. You should be able to use it now, so you don't have to use Open Router or anything like that. All right, so now that we did that, I'm going to run Python O1-eng .py to start this up in the terminal here. Okay, so we can see that O1 Engineer is ready for us to help us. We can see our available commands here. So we have edit, create, add, debug, reset, preview, and planning, and then quit. So one of the new features here is planning. So we're going to go ahead and use planning. And this is one of the main features that is really useful for, using it with O1. Interesting. So I don't see it in the drop down, but I'm just going to manually type it out. Anyways, planning. All right, so we can see here the commands like we just went over. We can also see the advanced workflow. So an example of a workflow that demonstrates using the planning followed by the create to generate files based on the plan. So what we're going to do here is we're going to plan things out, and then it's going to, plan that whole structure out. And then we're going to use the create command to actually execute on that plan. All right, so here we're going to say create a simple portfolio website with the following structure: a portfolio folder containing HTML, CSS, and JS to showcase personal projects, an asset folder for images and other media, and a README file with instructions on how to customize the portfolio for personal use. So O1 Engineer is thinking. Okay, so this was actually surprisingly pretty quick. And as we can see here, we have an extensive project plan here, like very, very long and very, very in-depth. So let's just make this a bit bigger. I'm not going to read through it all, but we can see here project overview. We can see our folder structure, our objective, our step-by-step plan. So planning and preparation, setting up the project folder, developing the HTML structure, styling with CSS, layout, all the different stuff. I'm curious to see, like, I would maybe be curious to take a look under the hood at some of these prompts and see like if he's prompting it a little bit more to get better output. Okay, so I can see here, when given a user request, he has 3 points here. You're creating full functioning, complete code files, not just snippets, no approximations or placeholders, full working code, generate creations instructions, understand users' requests. So he is giving it a pretty in-depth prompt here. For folders, he's telling it exactly what to do, and CSS, JavaScript, and then he has obviously pre-programmed with different prompts and whatnot. So I do think it is pretty good in terms of the prompt to get the output. Obviously O1 just by itself gives pretty good prompts anyways. But okay, so now I'm going to say /create and then generate the project structure based on the above plan. O1 Engineer is thinking again. Okay, so it basically generated a bunch of code and it was fairly quick. And we can see that it's, giving us its proposed folder structure and what folder or files and folders it's going to create, the whole 9 yards here. And now it's asking us, does it want us to execute these commands? And I'm just going to say yes. Okay, so it looks like it created this folder and some other ones, and then it looks like it's having a bit of trouble on some here. Could not determine the file or folder information from the code block. So I'm curious to see. So we got our portfolio website here. We got our assets, okay, images, media, which is nothing. We got our portfolio, which is our index.html, JavaScript here, and our style.css. I'm curious to see what it looks like just out of box here without any iterations.
Are you tired of pouring thousands of dollars into appointment setters only to watch leads slip away? Imagine having a team of elite sales agents booking qualified appointments for you around the clock. No more wasted time on training, no more frustration with performance, and no more draining your budget on inconsistent and expensive call centers. Introducing Stride Agents, AI-powered appointment setters that work 24/7, never get tired, and book appointments while you sleep. Trained on thousands of successful conversations, our AI agents outperform human teams at just 1/10 of the cost. Join the ranks of businesses that doubled their appointments and booking rates in just a matter of weeks. Don't get left behind in the AI revolution. Visit strideagents.com now and transform your entire sales process with cutting-edge AI technology. It's time to accelerate your stride with AI agents.
Okay, so here it is: your name, projects, about, contact, my projects, about me, contact. So obviously very, very not pretty, right? So let's go ahead and do one iteration just to see if we can make it look a little bit nicer. All right, so I did /edit, and then now it says edit instructions for all files. And now I'm saying, please make it look way more professional and modern, like Shad CN components. Make the page have dummy text about a fictional portfolio owner and with fictional about section, and past projects and clients. Should have light mode and dark mode option, and the entire site should look very professional. And then I gave a link to the folder. All right, so it's analyzing and generating modifications. Okay, so we got all this code here. Going to say, do we want to apply it again? And we're going to go yes. Okay, so just a quick thing. You're going to want to do /edit, and then the either folder or files that you want to edit. You're going to need to do it like that. Okay, I was encountering some issues here. Now I'm just going to run that same prompt again. Okay, as you can see now, these ones have been added into chat context. So now it's analyzing the files and it's going to generate the modifications. Okay, I've been having some trouble with the editing feature. Maybe it's just me. Let me know if I'm doing something wrong if you guys see, but I'm going to go ahead and click yes. Simply put, all I did was I did /edit, put the path. This is like my third time trying. And it does say added page to context. It's showing that he added these pages to context. I was trying a few different things, so you can ignore this, but as you can see, if you add something that isn't a page or directory, it's going to say that it's not a page or directory. And then, yeah, so it said, what's your prompt to edit these files that are right here in context? Gave it the prompt. Now it's generating the editing and modifications. I'm going to go ahead and say yes to apply these edit instructions. So it's analyzing the files and generating modifications. Okay, looks like it's actually working this time. So yeah, sometimes if it's not working, just make sure you got the right file path and everything. So apply these changes. We're going to yes. We're going to yes to here and yes to here. Okay, so perfect. It actually worked. Great. I'm actually very happy about that. All right, guys, so this is the final result. It generated a bit of dummy text here, generated a name Alexandra Smith. I guess it has view projects, really not much going on there. I'm actually kind of surprised. Okay, so maybe it has something to do with this. An error occurred when applying modifications to portfolio, script, char map, codex, can't encode characters in position, whatever. Characters mapped to undefined, root error applying modifications. Okay, so that may have something to do probably with, yeah, so that's with the dark mode and light mode here. Okay, but it does look like it actually applied it. Just being honest here, guys, I don't know if I'm messing something up. I don't know what the case may be, but I am having a bit of trouble getting the light mode and dark mode thing to work one shot. So in terms of editing the files, yeah, I had to basically, I just copied and pasted the script in here. Now I could probably, if I ran this again, it would probably work, I'm guessing. But as you saw, we encountered that error, and even when I copy and pasted it in, looks like the CSS was applied successfully, and the index HTML was applied successfully. It looks like the script is loading here. Honestly, let me just go ahead and try asking cursor. Okay, so it's basically, I just asked cursor why we are not seeing light mode and dark mode, and it said because it's missing a button here. But for some reason, it didn't add the button. I'm just going to go ahead and apply with what cursor tells me here, and let's see if we can get this working. We're applying this style and index.html, and quite frankly, I could probably do this with an O1 engineer. It would just kind of take a little bit longer, so I just want to see if this JS that it generated actually worked. Okay, so now we got the light mode and dark mode actually working. So that could, I'll cut it some slack with O1. Maybe it could have just been because of that JS script error where it didn't create the script because of that error, but even still, actually no, because it did update. I mean, at the end of the day, it's really not O1's fault for that. I guess it's O1, like the actual O1 model. But yeah, typically, like, as you can see here, I did just to troubleshoot, I just kind of used cursor here. I guess you could call that cheating, but it's a little bit, I just find it a little bit faster, especially with little things like this. And yeah, I think all in all, I think this is a really cool tool. I think this is like a definitely on the right track. I you know, kudos to you know, Dorian for all he's done, and with Omni Engineer, O1 Engineer. I think they're really great tools. But I also do like leaving in some of the issues that I may face, just so you guys can see exactly what's going on. You know, I could obviously edit this and make it look like I got everything one try and every tool works perfectly out of box, but I want to show you guys what's actually real. Maybe there's issues that other people are facing that are similar to me, or maybe I'm doing something wrong and we can all learn together in the comments down below. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you thoughts are in the comments down below about this tool. Have you tried O1 Engineer? Have you actually been able to build something really cool with it? Or do you maybe prefer Omni Engineer or Claude Engineer? Or do you just like to stick to not using the ones in the terminal? Maybe you just like Cursor or Zed AI, whatever the case may be. Other than that, guys, if you're new to the channel, we upload videos every single day on AI, automation, business growth, AI coding, etc. So if you're new here and you got some value, make sure to like the video, as well as smash that subscribe button to stay up to date with the daily uploads. Also, too, guys, if you haven't already joined our free Facebook group and free Discord channel, link for that will be down below, stridecommunity.com. And also, too, guys, if you run a business and you want AI appointment setters in your business, check out Stride Agents. You can try it out on the website, as well as check out a couple of demo videos. And then if you want an AI appointment setter calling your leads, booking appointments for you on autopilot while you sleep 24/7, then book a call and we can see if it would make sense to work together. Other than that, guys, I will see you in tomorrow's video. Keep hustling, keep grinding, and of course, guys, accelerate your stride. Take care.